Welcome back, Proppers. This week's project will be another iconic movie character, a Minion. We'll start off by making a mold to create the template from. Cardboard and spray adhesive will be used to create the capsule form in the shape of the Minion's body. Gradually reducing circles of cardboard will be used to create the top and bottom of the capsule. With the capsule completed, a template will be created out of foil and gray tape. This Minion was starting to look a little too tall, so I gave him a little liposuction to cut him down to size. Now that's much better. A line is placed down the center of one side and crisscrossing on each end to mark where the cuts will be made on the template. After the template is released from the mold, cuts are made on all the heavy curvatures to flatten out the template and create the darts. 2 sheets of cardstock are taped together to create the permanent template. The temporary template is then transferred onto the cardstock. Time to break out a fresh roll of 6mm HD foam by Stephen K. from SKS Props. The finished template is then marked on and cut out of the 6mm EVA foam. After applying contact cement to all of the outer edges, the cylinder is closed and the ends are folded in. Attaching the seams on the outer edges first makes for a cleaner transition. It's a bit tricky getting the ends to close properly, but if you take your time, you'll be just fine. With the main body completed, I can get started on the first layer of his overalls. That will also be cut out of 6mm EVA foam. The bottom section of the main template is used to create that first layer of his overalls. After hand forming that layer, it's attached to the main body with contact cement, leaving a 1-inch gap in the front. Any minor adjustments needed to get a proper closure in the bottom is done at this time. The second layer of the overalls will include the apron as well as the bottom section, including his legs. I also map out some of the facial features at this time. This section will also be cut out of 6mm EVA foam. After hand forming the second layer of the overalls, it's attached to the body using contact cement. A small strip of 6mm EVA foam is used to extend the apron away from the body to create dimension. That section is then heat formed and stretched into a curvature. The curvature is stretched and contact cemented down to the bottom center, leaving enough material to create his legs. The position of the legs are marked, cut out, rolled into a tube, and contact cemented into place. The excess material is trimmed and then contact cemented to the bottom rear and back. The legs are then cut down to size, but don't discard the cut off pieces, we'll be using them later. All of the seams and edges are then sanded smooth with my Dremel rotary tool. Foam clay is then used to fill any gaps and smooth out all transition points. To create the strap for his overalls, a small strip of 6mm EVA foam is cut. After smoothing out the edges and texturing the surface with my Dremel rotary tool, the strap is attached to the body using contact cement. A hole punch is used to create these small buttons for the straps. The position of the front pocket is marked out and then created out of 4mm EVA foam. The edges of the pocket are sanded smooth, then attached to the front of the overalls with contact cement. The round rims for his glasses are then created out of 6mm EVA foam. The rims for the glasses are sanded smooth, attached to each other, and then attached to the face with contact cement. A hole punch is then used to create the iris and the pupils. The position of the mouth is then marked and cut out with my X-Acto knife. After sanding the edges of the mouth smooth, his tongue is created out of 4mm EVA foam. After smoothing and texturing the tongue with my drummer rotary tool and USB soldering iron, the tongue is then hand formed and test fitted into position. I'll be testing out my brand new paintbrush cleaning station. I'll leave a link in the description. It has 2 water wells, perforations to hold various sizes paintbrushes, a palette, as well as a paint holder. Once again, I'll be using my very dependable Utrecht brushes. Blick Art Supplies has everything you need to complete your projects. The tongue is coated with Liquitex Heavy Body Cadmium Red and set aside to dry. I can get started on creating his chiclet teeth out of 6mm EVA foam. Teeth are sanded and trimmed before being attached inside the mouth with instant glue. Oops, I forgot about the tongue. I was a little premature putting the teeth in first. The tongue is attached inside the mouth to the back of the head with instant glue. After making sure that the tongue is centered, it's tacked into position with a drop of instant glue. With that done, the bottom teeth can be attached. The arms are created from foam dowels, centered with aluminum armature wires so they can be positioned in any form I like. Contact cement is used to secure them to the body. A large needle was used to create a pilot hole to make it a lot easier for the armature wire to fish through the center of the dowel. The armature wire is extended a 1/4 inch past the end of the dowel. After the arms are locked into position, I get started on creating his gloved hands. For this, we'll be using those tubular pieces that we cut off the leg. First, I mark out the position of his 3 fingers. The end of the tube where their fingers are located will be sealed with contact cement and flattened down. The 3 fingers will then be cut out, hand-formed, and smoothened out with my Dremel rotary tool. The gloves are then attached to the end of the arms with contact cement. The strap for his goggles are created from a strip of 6mm EVA foam. The strip is then attached to the head with contact cement. The entire project is getting its final sanding before I create and attach his feet. A little foam clay is used to beef up the connection between his arms and the body. His feet will be created from a piece of 10mm EVA foam. After sanding the feet into shape, the hollow tube of his leg is filled with a piece of foam dowel before attaching the feet. Some final fine detailing is done to the overalls with my USB soldering iron. I created a nice small display stand for our little buddy. It will also help during the final painting process. The display stand will be covered with cardboard and blue tape to protect it during the painting process. The entire project is giving a base coat of white Plasti Dip. We'll start off by painting our little buddy's yellow skin. Liquitex paint will be used for the entire project. Gray paint will be used for the frame and strap of his goggles. The eyeballs will be white, the irises will be red, and the pupils black. Next, we'll get started on his faded blue overalls. And last but not least, the black shoes and gloves. To get a better saturation of yellow over some of the blemishes, I gave it a base coat of white before repainting. After all the paint had set up, I gave it one coat of clear shellac. And that marks the end of this project. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, press that like button, and press the bell notification so you'll be notified when each new video is uploaded. Next week's project will be a doozy. Don't you dare miss it. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate your support.